Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move with such ease even as they age, while others begin to slow down, feeling stiffness in their knees or a heaviness in their steps? For many, it feels like walking long distances, climbing stairs, or even strolling through the park gets harder over time. But here's something inspiring. When you look at older adults in Japan, you'll often see them walking with a steady stride, carrying groceries, tending to their gardens, or even riding bikes well into their 70s and 80s. It makes you wonder, what's their secret? Of course, genetics and lifestyle play a role, but one of the biggest influences is diet. The foods we eat every single day either fuel our muscles and joints or slowly wear them down. And when it comes to walking strong as we age, protecting our muscles, bones, and balance, the traditional Japanese diet offers powerful lessons. Unlike heavily processed meals that leave us sluggish, Japanese foods are often simple, nutrient-dense, and deeply connected to health and longevity. That's exactly what we'll talk about today. 7 Japanese foods that can help seniors stay mobile, energized, and strong on their feet. These aren't exotic or impossible to find foods. In fact, many of them are available in regular grocery stores or have close alternatives you can easily enjoy at home. The best part is, adding even 1 or 2 of them to your weekly meals can make a meaningful difference in how your body feels and how steady you are when you get up to walk. So, let's begin with a food that may sound humble, but it's packed with benefits. Miso. This traditional Japanese soybean paste is used to make miso soup, a staple that many Japanese people start their mornings with. The reason miso is so helpful for seniors comes down to its probiotics, those friendly bacteria that keep our gut healthy. A strong gut helps your body absorb more nutrients, including calcium and magnesium, which are essential for maintaining bone strength and preventing falls. Beyond that, miso is also a source of plant-based protein, which supports muscle health. And when you combine miso soup with seaweed, tofu, or a few vegetables, you're giving your body a warm, comforting meal that's light yet nourishing. Another food that deserves attention is natto. Now, natto is definitely an acquired taste. It's a fermented soybean dish with a sticky texture that many first-timers find unusual. But here's why it's so powerful. Natto contains vitamin K2, one of the most overlooked nutrients for bone health. Vitamin K2 helps guide calcium into your bones and teeth, instead of letting it build up in your arteries or soft tissues. For seniors, this can mean stronger bones, less stiffness, and better overall mobility. Some studies have even linked regular natto consumption to lower rates of hip fractures among older Japanese adults. If the flavor is too strong, you don't necessarily need to eat natto every day. There are supplements available, but even small amounts can help. And then there's fish, especially oily varieties like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. In Japan, fish is eaten far more often than red meat, and that shift makes a big difference in how the body ages. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation in the joints. If your knees or hips ever feel swollen or achy, omega-3s act almost like natural lubricants, keeping your joints moving smoothly. On top of that, the protein in fish supports muscle repair, which is critical for maintaining leg strength as you get older. Think of it this way. The more lean muscle you have in your legs, the easier it is to get out of a chair, climb stairs, or take a brisk walk without tiring out. Now, you don't have to eat fish every single day to benefit. Even 2 to 3 servings a week can have a noticeable impact. If fresh fish isn't always convenient, canned salmon or sardines are simple and affordable options. You can add them to salads, mix them into rice, or enjoy them on whole grain crackers. What's important to remember is that none of these foods work in isolation. It's how they come together, meal by meal, that creates long-lasting strength. Japanese diets tend to emphasize variety in small portions, which means the body is constantly receiving different nutrients to support balance, flexibility, and resilience. And that's exactly where we'll continue, because once you've seen how miso, natto, and fish can support strong walking muscles and joints, you'll want to explore other traditional Japanese foods that offer their own unique benefits for keeping seniors moving with confidence. One of the most fascinating things about the Japanese diet is how it goes beyond just proteins and fats to include foods that nourish the body in quiet but powerful ways. Take seaweed, for example. It might not be something you think of reaching for every day, but in Japan, seaweed shows up in soups, salads, rice balls, and even snacks. Seaweed is incredibly rich in minerals like iodine, calcium, and magnesium, which all play a role in keeping bones and muscles working smoothly. What's especially helpful is that seaweed also contains antioxidants that fight inflammation, meaning it supports your joints as much as your bones. Imagine your legs as a bridge. Without sturdy cables and supports, the bridge would weaken. Seaweed helps reinforce those supports so your stride feels lighter and more stable. You don't need much. Just sprinkling a little dried seaweed over rice or adding it to a bowl of miso soup can give you those benefits. Another food that deserves mention is tofu. Now, tofu often gets overlooked because people think it's bland or only for vegetarians, but in Japan, it's a long-time staple for seniors and younger generations alike. The beauty of tofu is in its versatility. It takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with, and it's packed with high-quality plant protein. For seniors, protein is like fuel for maintaining muscle mass. Without enough of it, the muscles in your legs begin to shrink, making walking harder and balance less steady. What makes tofu stand out from other proteins is that it's also gentle on digestion, which can become more sensitive with age. Picture enjoying a soft bowl of tofu with a drizzle of soy sauce, a bit of ginger, or nestled in a vegetable soup. It's comforting, easy to chew, and nourishing at the same time, helping your body preserve the strength it needs for everyday movement. Then there are green tea leaves, which might surprise you as a food. But in Japan, tea isn't just a drink. It's a daily ritual. Green tea contains a compound called catechins, which act as natural protectors for the body. These compounds reduce damage to cells and improve circulation, which is vital for keeping your legs strong and energized. Poor circulation often leads to heavy, tired legs, and in some cases, swelling. By sipping green tea regularly, you're essentially giving your body a gentle boost, helping blood flow more freely so your muscles and joints get the nutrients they need. It's no wonder that many Japanese seniors who drink green tea daily report feeling sharper in mind and lighter in step. Plus, the small amount of caffeine it contains gives just enough of a lift without causing jitters, making it a perfect choice for older adults who want to stay alert and active. When you look at these foods together, seaweed, tofu, and green tea, you start to see a picture of why Japanese seniors remain so resilient. They're not just eating to satisfy hunger, they're eating to support every system in the body. Seaweed provides the minerals that strengthen bones, tofu delivers protein to protect muscles, and green tea improves circulation that keeps energy flowing. It's a holistic approach where each food plays a different role, yet they all work together to keep the body steady and strong. And this balance is key, because as we age, it's not just about avoiding weakness. It's about building strength, protecting mobility, and giving ourselves the confidence to keep walking, exploring, and enjoying life without hesitation. That's the gift these foods provide, and there are still a couple more traditional Japanese staples that round out this picture beautifully. Another traditional Japanese food that plays an important role in staying active is sweet potatoes, especially the purple variety often found in Okinawa. These aren't just ordinary potatoes. They're loaded with fiber, antioxidants, and slow-digesting carbohydrates. What that means for seniors is steady energy without the sugar crashes that come from refined foods. Think about how it feels to walk when your energy dips. You shuffle, you tire out, and even a short distance feels like a challenge. But when your body is fueled with the kind of long-lasting energy sweet potatoes provide, your steps feel lighter and more dependable. In Okinawa, where many of the world's longest living people reside, purple sweet potatoes are a dietary staple, and they're linked to longevity, strong legs, and vibrant health well into older age. Alongside sweet potatoes, another food worth mentioning is shiitake mushrooms. In Japan, mushrooms aren't just seen as flavor boosters. They're valued for their medicinal qualities. Shiitakes, in particular, are rich in compounds that help reduce cholesterol and boost the immune system, but they also contain vitamin D, which is often missing in the diets of older adults. Vitamin D is essential for maintaining bone density and preventing falls, especially as we spend less time outdoors. Including shiitake mushrooms in soups, stir-fries, or even grilled alongside vegetables can give your bones the extra support they need. And there's something comforting about their deep, earthy flavor that makes meals feel hearty and satisfying, without being heavy. When you put it all together, the picture becomes clear. Miso nourishes your gut and supports nutrient absorption. Natto strengthens bones with vitamin K2. Fish reduces inflammation and protects muscles. Seaweed supplies vital minerals. Tofu offers gentle protein. Green tea improves circulation. Sweet potatoes provide lasting energy. And shiitake mushrooms reinforce bones and immunity. Each food on its own offers benefits, but together they create a pattern of eating that truly supports walking strong, even as the years pass by. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require drastic changes. You don't need to move to Japan or completely overhaul your meals overnight. Simply adding one or two of these foods into your weekly routine can start making a difference. Maybe it's enjoying a cup of green tea in the afternoon instead of soda, or swapping one dinner of red meat for grilled salmon. Perhaps it's stirring some miso paste into a warm broth or roasting sweet potatoes as a side dish. These small, consistent choices build on each other, creating a foundation for better mobility, balance, and strength. And it's not just about walking longer distances. It's about enjoying the freedom that comes with it. Being able to play with grandchildren, join a friend for a stroll, or explore new places without worrying about fatigue or discomfort is one of the greatest gifts of aging well. Food has the power to either limit or unlock that freedom. And the traditional Japanese way of eating is a wonderful reminder of how simple, natural foods can keep the body resilient. So as you think about your own meals, ask yourself, what small change could I make today that helps me feel stronger tomorrow? Remember, it's never too late to give your body the nourishment it needs. Every healthy bite is like a step toward a future filled with energy, confidence, and independence. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share which of these foods you'd like to try first, or if you already enjoy some of them, let us know how they make you feel. And if you want more simple, practical tips to stay strong and vibrant at any age, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Here's to walking strong, living well, and enjoying every step of the journey, because your best years can still be ahead of you.